My name is Shafer. Born and raised in Moscow Mills, right down the road here, down Highway MM, and uh, went to Troy Buchanan High School, graduated, played at Wichita State, 3 years there, and then was drafted, played for the Cubs, played for the Braves. Came back home, worked, started my own business, ran my own business for 10 years, right across the street here. Yeah, man, born and raised here. I'm never gonna leave, so.
Walk me through your story, I guess. Say, hey, I was born and raised in the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Kind of that process.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, born into the Catholic family. Went through PSR classes, confirmed Catholic. Rebellious kid, like I think most young boys. I remember one of the first things that I said to my mom after they confirmed me, you're an adult in the church. So I was in this spot where I was like, I'm a man now, right? I'm a man in the church. My mom's like, yep. I'm like, I can make my own decisions. Yep. I'm like, I'm not going to church no more. That was like the first thing I did. And man, I felt big. And I think from that point forward, I started thinking of myself as big. And progressed through life, get into high school, had some big goals, did some big things. I was drafted out of high school, turned it down, go to college, All-American, and drafted again out of college. Just me keeps getting bigger, and pride was a big reason for me to continue growing the baseball in this area. I thought that it was my calling. And so we got into doing that. We really enjoyed it, loved our time, but it wasn't very long, and I was just at wit's end. I was working 2 to 3 jobs. I was stressed. I didn't know my children. I didn't know my wife. I had a friend of mine look me in the eyes and said, I think you need Jesus. I think that's what you're looking for. And like any good friend, I asked him to have a good night, and but it began to work on me and grind me down. And then I went to a Bible study at Kenny Johnley's, and we're reading this book, In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day, and it taught me about how there's no prayer too small for God. That started me down the path. And it wasn't very long after that I got on my knees in my living room and told Christ that I didn't know what I was doing anymore. And I needed his help. Orphans No More to me is all the best in our church coming together, doing the best thing they can do. My wife and I sat in here, and don't get me wrong, I love the idea of a massive building that we can have one service and have all of us here. And I hope that God puts that plan together however it needs to happen. But the thought of being at the hub of 100 churches and being at the nucleus of that, and understanding that the people here have only ever wanted more for those around them to be taken care of and loved. To know that our money's going towards that, to help Divine Nest, to help Breeze Gift, to help plant a church, whatever we're doing, what better thing to put your money toward? I just can't. We do weekly transitions into the North Road through the app. It's super simple. And then on top of that, you know, anytime we do extra, we try to throw that extra toward this church. I mean, the truth about money is it's just a tool, and what we do with it matters, and how we invest it matters, and everything that we're looking at has to be for a purpose. And you know, I would love to tell you guys this was my great idea, but we sat here, and my wife and I, we left knowing, well, we need to look at our finances and figure out how much we can give to this. It was such a neat feeling to get back in the vehicle to that, to say, man, you know, we're jumping in and being a part of something. And you know, everybody always says, put your money where your mouth is. It's like, well, that's not exactly what I'm trying to say. It's about my heart. It's about, what do I care about? And how do you not care about a child that needs a home? How do you not care about an adult that needs a place to belong? And so when we're planning a church, I love hearing about that. Of course, I know Micah Bardick personally. I love to hear that he's pastoring his own church. That's so cool. I've known Micah forever, and it's such a personal connection for us as well. But it doesn't have to be. I mean, you're here, you're family, and we have so many people that we've become family with since we've been here. So North Road is really, as a church congregation and the men's ministry, and there's so many elders and different folks around here that have just really grabbed me at different points of my journey so far. It's the right conversation at the right time, always here. And I don't understand how that works, except that God is orchestrating it, because there's times where Sean steps up on stage and just says something very simple that leads me to say, well, I got to get baptized. And I got to get baptized in front of the biggest church crowd of the year on Christmas Eve. And your toenails are going to be painted by your 8-year-old daughter, and that's going to get mentioned in front of the whole congregation. And you know, then 2 years later, my son gets baptized, and they're preaching the same scripture. Like, I can't write that. And neither can these guys. I mean, they're great at their jobs, but they're not that good, right? And I remember just sending that message to Sean and being like, that message brought me to get baptized. And now the day my son gets baptized, we're talking about that same scripture. And it was an outside pastor that came in to speak about it. So it was just God-breathed. And this church has fed so many of those moments to my family and myself. And, yeah, we're not going anywhere. I'm Aaron Shafer. I'm an orphan no more.